is our first speaker this morning. He's a young man who's served by the Tradewinds Clubhouse, but that is certainly, and he will tell you this does not he identifies himself as a person, as a member of the clubhouse, but there's so many other things to admire about him. He's a teacher. He works at one of the local residential programs in Southbridge. He's very likable. As I was speaking with him, there were other people sitting in the room. You get a sense of people really liking Michael, and I think he has a lot to offer, and I think he's going to speak from his heart today, and he does wear a cool hat. Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Doctors have also placed me on the autistic spectrum. With this being said, I'm not any of my diagnoses. I'm Michael Mercier, and I'd like to share with you all the story of my recovery. Mental illness has troubled me since I was very young. Great difficulty concentrating at home and at school caused much frustration, and deep depression presented itself in my teens. I was hospitalized for the first time during the winter of 2005 and was given a formal diagnosis of bipolar during my stay, which carried on into 2006, just before my birthday. I turned 16. I finished high school in 2008 and went to college that fall. After 2 nervous breakdowns during college, I was pulled out to live with my mother. Life over the next 4 years was very troubled. Few friends, difficulty socializing, and growing strain with my family created a very troubling home life. My physical health also began to suffer. In 2010, I was considered obese at 250 pounds. Already very prone to isolating, I began spending nearly entire days inside of my room, happier to escape into books and fantasy than deal with my troubles. By my hospitalization, the winter of 2011, I was very unhappy with my state of life, and hope seemed very far off. During this hospitalization, my 6th, I was signed up for a number of programs which led to me discovering Tradewinds. On March 2nd, 2012, I started Tradewinds. I have not been hospitalized since. Thank you. I remember the first year of Tradewinds and a tremendous feeling that I didn't feel sick there. I was given compliments for the work I was good at and given support where I required growth. Within a few months, progress was seen by my family, my friends, and myself. My health had improved with more activity and careful presentation. A growing confidence and new experience helped me improve on socialization, and has continued to branch out in ways I never would have dreamed of. Speaking here today is one of the testaments to that growth. I also began to work harder at home and at Tradewinds with rediscovered hope, paving the way towards the next chapter of my recovery. I remember being called into the front office and seeing the former program manager, Mike Forrest, and former program coordinator, Lisa Thiel. The grin I'm wearing hides the fear I felt that day, afraid I had done something wrong. Because I'm bad. Mr. Forrest must have noticed that I was worried because he began, "Mike, we need to talk." He quickly followed with a smile, telling me they were offering me a place in the Tradewinds housing program. I moved in that November of the same year I started Tradewinds. The first year on my own saw focus on managing my illness and recovery. Through help from Tradewinds staff, I began to work out a system to better judge how to tell where I was emotionally and create plans to better control those mood swings. I was taken off medication that March 2013. With increased access to resources at Tradewinds and within the larger community of Southbridge, I began making connections, including employment, volunteer activities, and meeting new people through the clubhouse. I took a class at Quinn Sigmund Community College at this time as well, which greatly boosted my confidence after 2008. These experiences have expanded my life in ways that continue, and I'm sure will continue for many years. At the apartment, I had never lived on my own and found I had many skills to learn. To name a few, writing checks, keeping a schedule, how to drive. I even learned how to iron. Nobody saw that coming. I continued to cultivate these connections and skills into the second year in the housing program. And during my third year, the results were bountiful. Our former employment coordinator pushed me to look into taking a position for the recent opening for the bridge. Through hard work, support, and practice for the fated interview on July 22nd, I was hired full-time as a residential counselor. And I continue there today. It's a wonderful feeling to be part of something where you can give back hope. Since that time, I have continued to grow. I'm currently increasing my education. I've just purchased my first car this week. And did I mention I accepted giving a speech? That's incredible. Tradewinds played a major role in this. I've grown proud where I've come from, confident in my present, and very hopeful of my future. Thank you.